Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Noor Networks. In this tutorial, we will be configuring SSL VPN using Active Directory users. Guys, who all are following me from tutorial number 1, if you remember in our previous tutorial, that is tutorial number 15, we have configured SSL VPN using an access role. So, in order to show you the fresh installation, what I did over here is I have reverted the database revision to tutorial number 14 so that I can show you the fresh installation, how you will configure SSL VPN using a Active Directory users. So what exactly we are going to do today is we will be configuring a checkpoint firewall using this Active Directory users, the Active Directory which we have integrated in our checkpoint firewall in the earlier tutorial. So I will be adding a link of this tutorial, that is Active Directory integration with checkpoint firewall, in the description box. So just to show you that when we have integrated the Active Directory with our checkpoint firewall, at that time we have created a LDAP group with the name AD group, and we have created an access role with the name ID awareness. This we are going to use when we will be proceeding with the configuration. So coming to the tutorial, what we are going to do first is we will be enabling the software blade in the checkpoint firewall as usual. So here we will be enabling IPsec VPN blade and simply click OK. Then going to security policies, just click on VPN communities over here from the left pane downside. And as usual, what we did in our previous tutorial, we won't be creating a new VPN community, but we will edit this remote access VPN community and we will do the required changes. So the participating gateway will be our checkpoint gateway. Just click over here and select it. And the participating user group over here will be our Active Directory group, that is AD group. Click OK. And then what we are going to do is we will be doing necessary settings in for the VPN client and authentication. Just double click again over here on the checkpoint gateway. Go to IPsec VPN and expand it. We have done the changes in our the VPN community, that is remote access, and we have added a gateway over there, so that is reflecting here, right? The link selection and the VPN advanced, keep it as default. We have to do a small changes in the VPN client. Guys, we need a endpoint security VPN only, but we will proceed with the default settings. For now, click on authentication. Over here, you have to change the setting to username and password. Click OK. Going to office mode, select this option, offer office mode to group, and select your group, that is AD group. In my case, whatever name you will give, that will be the group name for you. And from here, select a pool of IP address that need to be assigned to VPN client. Just we have to take a note that the pool which we are selecting is not conflicting with the network scheme, IP scheme, which we are using in our design. So we will cross verify before we proceed. And once you are done with this, you have to proceed, go further to remote access. So just click on remote access over here. So guys, over here in the remote access, you have to keep the setting default, and even the clientless VPN, keep the setting default and click OK button. Then what you have to do next is you have to go to security policies. Seems like some performance issues since all many machines are open over here. So It's okay. So we have to create a policy over here. We will be adding a rule for the remote access VPN. Just click over here and add a policy above this. Now we will give the name of the rule as a remote access. Source, we will be selecting the access role which we have created, that is ID awareness. Just select this. The destination will be of course our internal LAN because we are giving a remote access to our internal LAN. This one with full access to the internal LAN. For now we will give with any port. For VPN, just right click over here and select our VPN community. Click on specific VPN community and just check the one which we need, that is remote access. Services and application, for now we will say switch to any. Action is accept. Log the traffic, and the policy target will be our checkpoint gateway. Once you are done, before we proceed with the installation of the policy, let's verify that address pool, which is 172.16.10.0. And if you will see that this network is not conflicting with the IP scheme which we are using, right? So that's okay. We'll keep this and simply click on install policy, publish and install. We'll wait for the policy to install successfully, and then thereafter we will be seeing what is mobile access, how we can configure the mobile access in Checkpoint Firewall. Our policy package is lab policy, and we'll install and we'll wait till the policy is installed successfully, then we will proceed further. So guys, as you can see, our policy is installed successfully over here. Now we have already seen in our previous tutorial how we can download the VPN client, how we can install and we can connect it, right? So again, we won't be doing the same thing. Let's proceed further now. We will discuss very first in short what is mobile access and why do you need a mobile access. So guys, Checkpoint mobile access is the safe and easy solution to securely connect to corporate application over the internet with your smartphone, tablet or personal computers. Mobile access basically allows remote and mobile workers to simply and securely connect to email, calendar, contracts and corporate applications. So we'll begin with the mobile access configuration in the Checkpoint firewall. And this one, what we are going to do is we will be using local user group for doing this job. Okay. So before we begin and before we enable the software updates and all, let's quickly create a user with a single user and we'll create a group straight away. Let's create a local user with the default template. Click on OK button over here. And let's give the name IT underscore admin. As we have seen all the options we are keeping default. We are just setting the authentication. We will set the password. Click OK and finally click OK over here. Now let's create a local user group. And we will add this user in that group. We'll give the name mobile access group. However, it is also a SSL VPN, as I told you. Basically, the role of the mobile access is also same, and it is also doing the same function what the remote access or SSL VPN does. The job is to provide a safe and easy solution to securely connect to corporate application over the internet with your smartphone, tablet, or PC. Okay, so let's add a user also over here. We'll do with the one user only, IT admin. Click OK. Then quickly moving to gateways and servers. You can just double click over here, and thereafter check the mobile access blade over here. Once this is done, it will open a mobile access configuration. It is asking allow the following clients to connect: the SSL VPN portal and SSL network extender through a web, mobile devices, desktop, laptop. Endpoint security VPN, as usual, it is our requirement, but we'll go with the default option. Click on next button over here. Now, guys, over here it is saying the portal URL, what URL you want for the portal. So here you have to understood that if any user sitting outside want to connect to your internal LAN, the first point of contact where he or she will land from outside is your WAN interface. So the portal IP will be 192.168.0.100, which is your WAN interface IP in this network design. We'll change it to 192.168.0.200. This will be basically your portal URL, and then click on next button over here, uncheck this box, click on next button. It is saying that active directory integration. Do you want to do active directory integration for the mobile access configuration? If you don't want to do, you can say that I don't want to use the active directory for now. But if you want to do so, you can simply click on connect button over here. It is trying to connect to your active directory. It is saying test completed successfully. You can click on next button over here, and it is asking the users which you want to add. So if you are going with the active directory, you can just select the users or all the users which you want. Like you can see there are multiple users over here. Show 50 more records, it will show you the full detail. So whatever user you want to select, you can select from here. CPID group is one of the group which we have created in the active directory integration, if you will recall that. So in this way you can select this. Apart from that, like let's say for example, if you want to select the internal users and group, then we have created this group, right? You can select that mobile access group as well. So what you have done, you have integrated the active directory and you have selected the active directory users. At the same time, you have selected the mobile access group as well. Okay, click on next button, and it's saying that the mobile access blade is now active. You can copy the URL for the future references and click on finish button over here. So once this is done, you can just go to mobile access, and the setting there which you have done in the IPsec VPN, almost similar setting you have to do over here as well. The authentication is set to username and password. That's fine. Then comes the office mode. If you will see that the office mode, this particular the IP pool which we will be used is the same one which we have seen previously. Then comes the portal customization. If you want to do any customization in your portal, that also you can do it from here. Portal setting is there. We have already set when we were doing the configuration for the mobile access. We have set it to the WAN interface IP. The rest all thing will remain default as it is. Click on OK button over here. Then finally what you have to do is you have to go to security policies. And guys, one more thing, over here as well, you have to go to VPN communities, and then you have to add a gateway and all. So let's go over there as well. Go to VPN communities. We have done half of the setting. Just click over here and edit it. Participating user group. So the AD group is the one which you have, right? You can add a mobile access group. In this tutorial, basically, sorry, not tutorial, like I say, in this section, basically what I'm doing for the mobile access, I'm showing you with the both, with the AD group as well, with the local user group as well, right? Okay, let's click on OK button over here. And finally comes the policy. So what I am going to do is, let's disable this rule, and I will show you the new rule above this, or let's add a new rule over here. And instead of remote access, just for our reference, we will say mobile access. When you talk about the source for the Active Directory integration, definitely it will be the access role which you will be using. That will be, or let's say we'll be going with the legacy users. Okay, right click over here, click on add legacy user access. It is saying you the user group. So we will select mobile access group over here and click OK. Apart from that, for the Active Directory, we will be selecting the access role which was ID awareness, right? Click this as well. So in the same policy, you are giving access to the AD user as well as for the local user which you have created. And then finally, what you have to do, the destination you will be selecting as internal LAN. The VPN community is there. This will be our specific VPN community, that is a remote access. Services and application, switch it to any. Action will be accept, log, and checkpoint gateway. So guys, just take a just add a note over here, like let's say for example you are allowing the full internal LAN, but if you want to give access only to the management station or to a checkpoint management server, then in that case a destination will be changing to that specific host. Okay, and if you want to open only the RDP, then over here instead of selection any, you will be selecting RDP from here. Just search for RDP and you will just select the RDP over here. Or if you want to give some access through some another port, that also you can do. That customization is also possible over here. So this is how you will be configuring a rule. Finally, we will be clicking on install policy to install the policy. Until the install policy is installed, since my laptop performance is going a bit slow, I will be just I will pause the video over here so that we can reduce the timing. Okay. So guys, as you can see, our policy is installed successfully. Now we will be testing the mobile mobile access. Okay. So just coming out from the our VM, going to the outside network, we will be trying to browse the link using the portal IP address that was https colon 192.168.0.200, which is a WAN IP slash SSL VPN. Open this link and let's test with one of the user. One user was IT underscore admin. Entering the credentials, click on sign in, and you can see you are able to access. So guys, that's all about the SSL VPN configuration using Active Directory users, and thereafter we have seen a mobile access. With the mobile access, we have configured using a local user group as well as the Active Directory users, integrating the Active Directory for the mobile access. So that's all. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe it now and do share with your friends. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorial.